finally I'm here at the Tinkers Park Steam Rally. This looks like not really into organs, but here's one for my first item. It's 48 key Limonare Paris, so it's obviously French. Well, if we move our way up here, I'm just gonna hold this a minute, stop my keys jangling, because apparently people can hear them. Quite frustrating, this. Yeah, so this is a AEC Routemaster. I might have seen this before. Notice the advert for whiskey on the side. They wouldn't do that now. It's like a little railway line up there. Might give it a go later. Then we see another AEC Routemaster by the looks of things. Well, it says Regent on it actually. And that's a Maidstone and District. Which used to be a DH478. Look at the interior. Look at that. If we go around here, we see another AEC of some kind. They put the buses too closely together here, but so I'm going to try and take a front end of this one and take a side of this one. This one looks like it operated at, could have operated at East Grinstead. It's like Maidstone District, always in green and just greener really. So if we now swing round, I don't know what this is. Could be a Bristol, could be a Leyland. Not as London Transport. Yeah, I remember them. Might ride on that later. That is a Maidstone District Motor Services. I'm not really sure what this one is. I can't get a... I suspect it would be at Hellingley, and I'll find out then. Is there a particular brand of bus, or is it just Maidstone District, that one?
I believe it's just Maidstone District.
Yeah. So I know some people used to make their own. Another London Transport. Bromley Garage. Oh, it must be where the bus depot. So if we move down a bit, we now see a Southdown bus. Not really a bus, is it? It's a coach. Would have used them for like school and that, like school trips, or going on holiday to exciting places. Expect probably be the most, you know. So if we go around and we try and old Army Land Rover going past. So that looks like a... I'll just get a view of the car. There we are. And I think it's a Sunbeam. Yeah, it looks to be a Sunbeam of some kind. Just get a view of that. Yep. If we make our way along, I now see a Volkswagen Type 2 split windscreen, so I'm going to have a look at the back. Yep, it's a split windscreen. If we look round, we see a Vanden Plas Princess 1300, which is based around the platform of an ADO 16, so the Austin 1100, that sort of thing. There's like a complete platform. We move along Austin A30. Oh, it's the retired builder's van. I think I saw that last week. I think down at Loughton. I'll have to double check this. If we go see a Chevrolet Astro 1996, we see a Volkswagen Type 25. Just get a view of that. Well, not that, but with that, I'm now going to cross over. Get a view of the tractor and a Triumph Stag going through. Another Ferguson, probably TE20. Triumph Stag. Bit of a what if kind of moment. And we see another couple of classic cars. We see a Citroen 2CV, which is a reference to tax horsepower, which is 2. And by looks of things, that's the engine. That's a Sunbeam Alpine by looks of things. Original and restored by looks of things. So, right, if we now go to this is the stand for the Eastbourne Historic Motor Club. They're the ones that do Hellingly and do a really good job of it as well. It's always a good weekend. Even if the weather goes to pot, it's still a good weekend. This very interesting beastie is a Humber of some kind from, I don't know what year it is. Oh, wait a minute, it's got the thing at the front, 1904. That makes it about 121. And if we have a closer look at this, I'll probably see this again at Hellingly, but there's the motor there.
Now with this
There's the driver's seat. There's I don't know how the radiator must operate because there's a seat in front of it. It might disrupt the airflow somewhat.
That's the DPS. Well done.
But if we was to pop down here a little bit, we see a MGT type, a TD 1952. Get an angle there. Oh, some more stuff arriving. There's a Massey Ferguson, some kind. probably a 65, and there's a Vauxhall Velox. Behind it is a Ford Cargo 1989 model. Used to operate in Uckfield by the looks of things. And there looks to be a Vauxhall. Oh, that's another Velox, isn't it? Velox, or it could be a Cresta. Actually, it's it's actually a Vauxhall Cresta. Looks quite American, actually. Kind of reckon it must take its styling cues off there. So if we just someone's right, we're gonna get back to the. Get back down here. We see a Morris Minor. Yeah, so here we are. We see a Morris Minor. Can't really get a good view from this side because of the bunting. So if we see the Austin A40, I think, or A something. If we look right back, let's try and get a view of this. Back to the Austin. Hay fever's rife at this time of year. We go over to the MGB. It's a MGB 1965. They actually carried on for a good long time. Here's a Triumph Stag. Yeah, so if we try and get a good, better angle of this. Look at that. Bit of a what could have been, actually, if they developed the engine properly and done a better job of making them. Typical British Leyland, come up with a good idea and completely mess up the execution. But here's an idea that they did come up with, and they executed it pretty well. So well, in fact, it lasted till, I think it was 1972, wasn't it?
That's 71.
75? 71. So to about that point.
Yeah, it's about 69.
And it hadn't really changed since 1948, apart from getting rid of the side valve, sticking A series in, and move the headlamps up. So I think the MM had lower down headlamps. I think I've only ever seen one of those. I saw it at Faversham one day and it had all the signs up just telling us about it because no one knew what it was. Let's go have a look at this really late, and by the looks of things it's a Traveller, so probably a Woody. Yes it is, it has the wood frame. I think I can't really get too good an angle on this, but there it is. Oh, I'm reflecting in the window here, that's not nice. Here's a Daimler, so looking like a Mark II Jag. That's going to be the one with the V8 in. So the 2.5 litre V8, designed I think by Edward Turner, and it was designed for the Daimler SP250 sports car. Quick look over at this Nissan. Don't mind. I wonder how much one of these is actually to hire if you go somewhere and you can camp out for free. Well, camp out and it's included in the price.
That side?
Hmm.
If you get a close enough look, you won't mind.
But yeah, this is so this is there's the driving bit, so you can't imagine trying to set the bed up on this though. Where is that? I think it must be across here actually. But yeah. Right, so if we now move round, I see a Honda 600, so it could be what is that? Was it? I'm going to have a quick look, see if it was known as a Civic. But yeah, very. No, just says Honda 600. So this must be like really early. Right, we move along a bit. Right, there's a Land Rover, probably a Land Rover. Next to it is a Mini Traveller, 1963. This has had a. There we are. Right, so this actually says it's an 80-inch. So if that's an 80-inch, does that make that Series 1 or 2? Not sure. But there's a Mini Traveller anyway. That's another good idea by British Leyland, which they executed pretty well. So well, in fact, they could never replace it. And here we are. There's an example of a Mini. That's what a Mini actually is supposed to be. Yeah, slight bias because I'm British. Austin A35, or is it a 30? 30. I've just been, it is a 30. Probably not that quick, but people are proud to have them, probably polish them every weekend. Must admit, I'd be proud to have something like this actually. Imagine. Just stop off at a lay-by back in 1958 and have egg sandwiches. Oh, can I have a quick? Can I just do a quick bit of video of this? The Jeep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I can't understand why people.
So it's just really interesting because chances are this is either probably in World War II or not long after, and probably I think the last of the line for these I think was a Jeep Wrangler, because I think this kind of idea went on for quite some time. So I think the first civilian Jeeps were based around these and were known as CJs. But I think these had the 2.2 Go Devil 4-cylinder side valve. Yeah, so this would have had the Go Devil side valve, well, flathead as they call it, 4-cylinder, 60 horsepower, but because it's 4-wheel drive, simple mechanicals, and you could actually do a paint job as you had bombs dropping around you, and easy to fix, so done its job, and we salute these. I'm going to take a closer look. Cheers for that, sorry about that. I just. This is the interior. It's meant to be kept simple, and according to the sign here it says it's a Willys, because Ford made some of these, so having to make so many of them. So the spiritual successor to this in the American military would be the Humvee, big nap-off things, and the interior being very simple. Now I'm just going to we're gonna now leave the. There's a Volvo 122 by the looks of things going past. I'll probably right steam engines, because it's nice and dry. They've took the covers off them, so that's the Garrett Road locomotive. So look at the size of it. It's gigantuan. But I don't know who actually operated this when it was working. Let's have a. And it's called Vera. There's engine up there. Didn't really get a good view because the sun got in the way. Sorry about that. There's the steering mechanism. Imagine trying to steer one of these. But it's a good thing they could only do like 20 mile an hour at best, so you wouldn't want to try and steer that, would you? But if we move along now, we can see it's called Jolly, the Little Giant Type B2. get a better angle at this. This one's called Jolly, and it seems to have belonged to Bampton Express Hauliers. Not sure what sort of steam it. I really must learn more about steam engines at some point, because they're part of history of transport and all that. So but if we look at this, that's a Sentinel Jupiter. Just put that screen up. So that's a Sentinel Jupiter, and it's on pneumatic tyres. So I did get told there was a rule saying solid tyres could only do 12, pneumatic tyres could do 20. There's a speed limit way back when. So I have just noticed there's a couple of tractors and down here, so let's go have a look at them, because, well, why not? And they both look to be Ferguson's. So is that TF20 or TE20? I'm not sure, but look around here. What is this? That's just another trailer. Not interesting. Wondering what they must. Ah, I've just noticed a sticker on here. Well, the paint. It's not a sticker. It's been painted on by those things. Claude Jessett collection. They're actually based here. I would like to go and visit them properly one day. So if we go, just spotted a couple of interesting things over the way. So that's a Sentinel Jupiter. Sentinel used to make some pretty quick steam engines for their day. But if we look at this, it's a Wallace Patent steam engine. This one's called Gunner. Morning. Alfred Holyfield and Sons, Showman and Hauliers. So they must have. Yeah, you do what you do in order to survive the time, you know. If you took on 2 jobs, you took on 2 jobs. And that looks Wallace Patent motor, according to that. I'm gonna wait for someone to get their shot in, and I'm gonna another Claude Jessett, Hadlow Down, Sussex. So I don't know what Claude Jessett must have done previously before he had the steam collection, but the fact that he loves steam engines is brilliant, because he's kept a few of them around. But this is a Burrell. This is a Burrell patent tractor. Again, solid wheels, so it could probably only be allowed to do 12, which back then was quite fast if you were playing about one of these things, because of the, not momentum, but they're pretty hard to steer. Oh, another one wants to take a picture. There's that. We all want to get pictures of these, because these are just brilliant. These are great. So I'm just going to let, because I've just spotted an Invicta steamroller called Sestria and a sign called the Southern Queen. So if we go around here, and I can get a view of this. But this is a Invicta steam engine, Invicta steamroller. So they would have used these to help fix the roads. That Netherfield road I nearly went down earlier, they might need it down there, because that road was awful. And roads used to be awful before they had this. So this is called Sestria. So if we go a bit further round, we get to see the Southern Queen. Glad to see people are keeping on top of their hydration. But it looks, the horse symbol tells me this is an Invicta. Now I don't know where they, Yeah, this is the other. Yeah, so chances. I wonder where they made Invictus. I wonder if they made them in Kent. But if we move ourselves around now, that looks to be a Showman's engine. So if we look up here, you can see some sort of dynamo with like a generator. So this could have powered with a generator. You could power fairground rides particularly. Well, if we move round now, we see a Ruston from Lincoln, and it has a detachable chimney. Well, I don't know if it's detachable, but it doesn't look as though it moves under its own steam, shall we say. So I don't know what this is. It's a portable engine. So basically another engine would have to pull it, and then it'd just sit there doing engine type stuff all day. Like powering threshing machines, powering, so power threshing machines or agricultural equipment. Maybe the occasional bit of industrial. But note the chimney that you can actually, I don't know what that feature was for, but notice the incredibly giant flywheel. So that could have been used to attach a belt, and you just attach it to. Let's get another, and here's a view of it with the Southern Queen. Right, if we move round, we see an Aveling. Now, I've never seen a steamroller by Aveling before, so a bit of an experience. Looks to be a smaller chimney on that, called Thunderbird. Here we go, seeing another one called the Little Giant, which looks to be a steamroller configuration. Claude Jessett collection again. I didn't mean, well, when I say again, I just think how brilliant, it's brilliant that they preserve these. So if we go a bit further round, we now see something called the Pensioner. Hold up, haven't I seen this one before? And it's a Wallace and Stevens, based in Basingstoke. I've heard of Basingstoke. I think I've been near there before. Yeah, because I had to cruise around there to get to Southampton. This is brilliant. Right, we're going to work our way back around the steam engines, because I spotted a couple of things up the way. Yeah, portable engine by Ruston. Fordson Type N. Right, now we're going to cross over, because I just spotted a couple of things up here. Okay, what's this? I've forgotten what it is already. It's a Austin. It says powered by Rolls-Royce, so I might have to check the book for this one. There's looks to be an old fire engine of some kind. Let's have a look at the engine, because it looks like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cylinder with twin spark plugs. It must be powered by 2 different electrical systems here. It's a Dennis. Let's get a better angle at this. This is the, I think this must be an Austin Champ. I'm trying to think, or it could be something else. I'm not sure what this is actually. I have to find out. If we was to go up here a bit, there's a Ruston Bucyrus. It's one of these doing the same job as what, say, a digger would do. Yeah, it is a digger, but I don't see many of these around. This is the first, well, I saw it last year actually, but it's the only one I've ever seen. I've never seen a fire engine in green. I just don't get that. So if we move along a wee bit,